Welcome to the 10-Minute Mind Shift Podcast. I'm your host, Janet Cagle, certified life coach, weight loss coach, and lover of all things related to upleveling my life and yours. My goal is to help you get one step closer to your goal, whatever it is. My goal is not to keep you wrapped up in self-help all day, just 10 minutes. And who doesn't have 10 minutes, right? Hey there. Welcome back, friend. This is episode 107, Space Scaping. So how are you? How are you doing with this living more intentionally thing? Let me know. I love to hear your stories. I hope that your year is shaping up to being the best year ever for you. I am seeing some shifts in my own brain that I really love, and also I'm noticing some things that could use a little spritz of attention. I love giving you little bite-sized things to do and to think on and to work on, so it doesn't feel like you have to go from 0 to 60 with all of the work. In this series, as I give you things to do on purpose, deliberately, with intention, and you are becoming more intentional with the way that you live your life, you will start to notice the control that you have in really experiencing your life at your own effect instead of living at the effect of it. You notice how things look different, even when things happen outside of your control. Living intentionally creates space in your brain for deeper thinking and deeper experiences in your life. This week, I'm giving you the 5th intentional living piece, and that is be intentional with what you surround yourself with. Space scaping. Week 1 was being intentional with what your brain consumes. Week 2 was be intentional with who you surround yourself with. Week 3 was be intentional with your energy. Week 4 was be intentional with your words, wordscaping. And this week, we are going to talk about being intentional with what you surround yourself with. Space scaping. Your environment is extremely important. An environment can be pleasing and soothing and calming, or it can be draining, distracting, and even toxic. Your environment, your surroundings can set you up to succeed or it can set you up to fail. And what you surround yourself with is 100% manageable. There is a lot of science out there on this topic, but I'm going to give you the only reason that you need to uplevel your surroundings. Just one. It feels good. It feels good, and when you feel good, you take more productive action, more thoughtful action, more creative action. You just take better action, period. And of course, that will for sure impact your results. One of the exercises that I have my students do is to really notice how the things they have surrounded themselves with make them feel. I have them notice if they feel energized by their surroundings or drained. Do they feel embarrassed or do they feel proud? Do they even look at their surroundings or do they avoid eye contact with their surroundings so they don't have to deal with it? Last week, we talked about wordscaping and the words that you use to describe your life. Do the same things with your surroundings in every area of your life. Your car, your office if you have one, your living spaces, your barn, your truck. Look at all of the things that you do on the daily and look at the surroundings in which you are doing life. Do you get the feeling from your surroundings that you want to experience? Or do you dread even going into that room or getting into the car because it drains you? Now, before you hear me say that you should spend a bunch of money buying a new house or redoing your home or buying a new car, let me be perfectly clear. That is not the answer, because if you don't do the work to manage these things right now, right where you are, you will bring that old wiring into the new home, the new car, and before you know it, you will have re-engineered the exact same thing in your new space. This week, I want you to be very aware of the way you feel as you notice your surroundings. Is there a room that you dread walking into, a drawer that you dread opening, a thing that you walk by that you wish wasn't there or looked different? Those are things that are easy to fix and so worth the energy because it will feel 100 times better when you do something about it. Your spacescaping, your surroundings, will incrementally up-level how you experience your life. It will create space for abundance. It will give you lightness, and it will show you how the smallest and most incremental of spacescaping you do will start transforming how you feel immediately. You don't have to go big. You can start small. One of my followers, longtime followers, a few years ago, started with her fish tank. It did not make her feel joy when she looked at it. She did some work and created something that filled her up when she walked by, instead of feeling drained by it. Another one of my students had been hanging on to things that belonged to her sister and her mother long after they had passed. She felt like she should. She felt like her niece and nephew would want the things one day. Turns out, they didn't. They didn't want any of it. So here she had all of this old furniture and old stuff that had so much meaning, but really didn't make her feel good to have it. I suggested that she take photos of all of the things and then scrapbook it. She added stories about the memories of the people and the things. Then, when she had her yard sale, she also attached the story to the item, and that made all of her things immediately special to the person who bought them. She was able to clear the clutter from her house, bless others, and she found a way to hang on to the memories without needing to hang on to all the stuff. There are so many possibilities with the surroundings and the things that you can do in order to uplevel them. I know that this can be a difficult exercise. Trust me. This is some tough work that Steve and I have had to do, because it is a scarcity mindset that has us hanging on to things that no longer serve us. And we tend to hang on to things out of fear of loss of the memory. And in some cases, even when we don't really like the thing, we tend to not see the forest for all of the trees. And it gets super easy to walk by and not take notice of that thing that needs to be repaired or removed. We start finding workarounds for the things that we know need some attention, and one workaround becomes two workarounds, and then before you know it, we have created a life with a bunch of workarounds. Drawers and closets we don't open, and rooms that we throw things in and then close really super fast. So this week, I want you to be meticulous with what you allow into your environment. Does it support your life, or does it sabotage it? What food, what entertainment, what sounds, what colors, what smells? All of it. Take inventory, my friend, and this week, start spacescaping. All right, that is what I have for you this week. And now, go have the best day ever. That's a wrap. I hope that you were able to experience a mind shift of your own today. Listen, if you love this podcast, you should totally check out my Life by Design 6-week boot camp. It's a work at your own pace workshop and something that you can do over and over and over again to uplevel your results and get ready for a transformation at the speed of life.